so weird watching black people get mad at white people for starting functioning white communities. It's like, you know how happy we'd be to see black people start a functioning black community?
Like we would burn it down, right? Was that what you was about to say? Because that is the only thing that has ever happened in American history. Sir, you don't understand. You're helping all Americans by taking all the racist people and moving them into one area. I may help you pack your bags and rent a moving truck for you. I may donate to your cause so we can get this thing rolling. We need y'all all to be in the same area so we know who exactly you people are. I challenge any European American to name me one, just one, in 300 years, name me one time black people have built an all-black everything, right? A thriving community, a thriving functioning system, right? And white people have not destroyed it. Any group, any community, any town has been destroyed, burned down to the ground by European Americans. What's extremely disheartening from European Americans is in the year of 2025, they then say, oh, why aren't black people building functioning towns? You blew them all up. You think if you keep blowing up, bombing, and burning down every town that black people built, that we're just going to keep building more and more and more? You force black people to assimilate into American culture, then point the finger and say, why aren't you doing this? Your analogy is the same as burning down somebody's house, coming back the next day and say, hey, you know you're homeless, right?
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills, in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z, and this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even if...
you don't let everyone into your home.
Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And while the men do the physical labour, the women take care of the children who live here full time. It could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors. That has yet to be tested in the courts and may well fail. The Arkansas Attorney General has said his office is now reviewing the matter as a result of our reporting, and that there is no room for racial discrimination in Arkansas or anywhere in a free society.
Guys, you do not know how happy I was to see this story. I'm like, listen, as many of you guys that want to move to this town, please move there. There are some basic rules and regulations. Please, when you move there, you cannot hire Latino workers. You cannot take African resources. So whatever resources that you're using there, please do not take any resources from Africa. You cannot take Arab oil. So whatever oil you're using to power your cars or your machinery, no more Arab oil. You're not taking any more Arab oil. The cobalt and coltan you're getting from Congo for your phones, and that is no more. Everything you produce in this white supremacist town should be coming from white folks. You cannot get any black people to come and work for you. We're not cleaning your floors. We're not driving your taxis. Indians, you're not getting any Indians to work in your in stores or whatever. No Indian doctors, none of that. No surgeons. When you get sick, please do not go and look for a Chinese or Asian surgeon to help you out, or African nurses to care for you and your children. That is over with. I love this concept. I love it. Please, guys, you see, the guys who made this in the Ozarks in Arkansas, they've argued that this is not racist. It's just a members club. And when you're a members club, you can set whatever rules and regulations you want for a members club. They even said that Hitler was just misunderstood and so on. That's what the guy who organizes it. Listen, it's a fantastic idea. You see, there are many of these towns popping up all over the world because white people, you see, many people do not know their history and they've been so miseducated. I've said this many times.
I see more white folks worried about that white-only town than black folks. Video after video, I'm seeing, oh my God, y'all, they're being a whites only town in Arkansas. Did y'all see they're building that white only town? What are we gonna do? Nothing. We're not gonna do a damn thing. Baby, Mother Nature will take its course. Black folks ain't worried about that shit, because 9 times out of 10, they don't believe in vaccination. They don't believe in doctors. They barely can cook. The children gonna have father uncles. It's gonna become a cult. They're gonna find a passage in the Bible so one person can become the full leader. And baby, we're gonna have Waco all over again. Natural selection will take its course. Let them white folks build their shit. See, the thing is, they're building their stuff out of hate, no matter what they say. When black people built their community, it was for love. It was for protection. It was so we could have something to pass down. White folks have this whole country to pass down. They said they want to preserve their culture. I don't know what kind of culture they preserve. I saw them playing a flute.
There are whites only signs being erected in Missouri, the Ozarks. And I guess I'm wondering, like, why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? Here's my thing. Apparently it's this community called For the Land or something like that. And they plan to go across all 50 states, creating white only communities where nobody else, like no other kind of people, can come in. And they can have their own rules and be completely purebred for their ancestors and stuff. And here's my thing. That's fine. I actually would prefer if all the racist people were to go live in the woods away from, but here's the issue. When black communities come together, Black Tulsa, when black communities come together and they actually start doing something, they actually succeed and get somewhere, it's always taken away, burned to the ground. Lake Lanier, hello? That's my thing. And it frustrates me when it comes to the black community as well. It's like, we still can't bring our businesses, like our wealthy black businesses, back to the hood. Y'all ask black people, why don't you bring your businesses back to the hood? It's so much deeper than that. Like, we have been so programmed that we don't even help each other anymore. And this is just truth. This is just fact, y'all. I can only speak on my community because I don't know anything else about any other community. Y'all tell me. But that is what I've noticed about the black community. I think that we don't actually believe that we can be something. We can be a force to be reckoned with. We individually have our own thoughts, yes, about what we could be, but I don't think as a collective we have come together yet and really admitted to ourselves that we can be better than what we are.
Hey guys, so the effect of such projects, I think it stretches far beyond their fences. Hey beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. All credit goes to the creators in this video. So guys, I feel that the effect of such projects reignites the logic of segregation, because logic history has proven to be unjust. A white-only settlement does not just represent freedom of association, in quotes, it normalizes rejection and it hardens the false belief that races cannot coexist. I mean, it deepens division and it just sends a message of exclusion to anyone that is not deemed, in quotes, pure enough to belong. And what about economically? I feel that they risk stagnation because they are cutting themselves off from diverse talent, collaboration, and they just breed resentment on the outside. And let's be sincere with ourselves, narrow-mindedness within. And they will be teaching their residents to fear differences. I mean, variety is the spice of life, right? Instead of engaging with it. And the danger is not just confined to Arkansas or Missouri. Each of such experiments, right, it will just threaten to embolden extremist movements nationwide, and it could multiply and reshape the landscape into exclusion and hostility. Guys, I need to know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with this move, or do you think it's a bad idea and it's like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Just published this story on this whites only town in Arkansas, and the pictures are sending me. These guys are like, oh, we don't want any blacks in our town. And I take a look at the town. Hold up. Yes, I too would like to live in your whites only shanty town. Oh my gosh, please, I am dying to live in the middle of nowhere. I too would like an office that doesn't even have real walls. No, us blacks are dying to live like this. The goats don't even have a real enclosure to live in. Hey, I even did more digging, and this right-wing news outlet said this. It is scratchy living, extremely hot even in May, and full of tick that burrow into people's skin. So no, they don't have to worry about my black ass stumbling into their makeshift Great Depression plywood shantytown. Also, I saw someone comment whether we could build a wall around them, and yeah, I fear we must build the wall.
And the reason why that whites only community that they have in Arkansas and it's now going to Missouri does not surprise me, because I know about sundown towns. Yeah, they do exist. I just seen a video of a lady talking about the state of Oregon, and she just realized it's a sundown state. Not a town, but a state. Less than 2% of its population are black people. So yeah, now the rules and laws of these whites only cities or towns that they're building is that all of the women have to stay home and take care of the children in the community collectively while the men go to work. This is probably going to open the door for some weird ass shit. I promise you. I'm almost positive that they're going to have their own little rules. They're going to be marrying off girls at young ages or whatever with girls at young ages. They're going to push younger girls to be fruitful and whatnot because they don't want them to go to school. They probably won't be going to public school. They probably will have them homeschooled just so they could keep their traditional lives. And now I just wish the sundown towns would announce themselves as well. Just say it. Just admit that you're a sundown town, because it's not all right when a black person is traveling or a person of color is traveling in the wee hours of the morning or the night trying to get from point A to point Z, but they have to travel through point B, C, D, and E, but they never get there because they're at a sundown town. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really couldn't care less. And I understand the ramifications that because it's going to go to court, if the courts approve this could just pop up everywhere. But again, we have sundown towns.
So this sundown town is a town where in the past, black people were not allowed to leave or to be seen after the sun went down, right? The name, comes from the idea where as a person of color, you have to leave town before sundown or else you could be unalived. So some towns add actual signs at the borders that says, in quotes, "Don't let the sun set on you here," something like that. Others did not have signs, but everyone in the community just knew the rules. But this white only town in Arkansas that we're talking about they are talking of expanding into Missouri, and it looks like it's going to be happening, because I believe that this is a test of whether the society will tolerate the resurrection of segregation in new forms, because it just looks like a tuitioned way of segregation, and the society is accepting it. That means we're accepting exclusion, we're accepting fear, and we're accepting violence, because it does not make sense to me. If you think it makes sense, make it make sense to me in the comment section, because I really do not get it. I thought the world is a place where we are not supposed to come from the same place, we are not supposed to believe in the same things, but that is what makes living together interesting. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about this topic, and if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.